This is the way.
What's up, folks? This is JR, your boy, Rogue Slaw from Team Nerdherd with another This is the Way, a Star Wars origin. And our guest today is Danime X. Why don't you go ahead and play your intro, sir?
Hi.
This... There you go. We're good. Thank you, Wild Stallions. So, how are you doing this fine afternoon, I guess, sir?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for that. Rock and roll.
So, we got you all the way from where in Canada are you?
Ottawa, Canada, the capital.
Okay, that's Midtown, kind of over Michigan, right? Isn't Ottawa? Or am I completely wrong?
Close, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I know Toronto is like right there, but I know like Ottawa is just
Toronto's
left
a lot
of it.
closer to Windsor. Windsor is just across the river from Detroit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Toronto, have to be close to Detroit.
I think you probably heard gunshots across the river.
If you ever been to Detroit, it's not a pretty city. So let's start off some quick fire. You know how it is, little rapid fire stuff.
No, I've watched the show religiously, man. I love it.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Green milk or blue milk? We'll go with the classic.
Pass. I'm lactose intolerant.
Okay. Who shot first, Han or Greedo?
What?
Who shot first, Han or Greedo?
Greedo.
Favorite droid other than R2 and C-3PO?
IG-88.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
So, if you were to go visit one of these places, where'd you go? Alderaan, Ryloth, or Mandalore?
Alderaan. It was very, very peaceful for a while.
I don't know. I'd go to Mandalore. I just think it'd be cool to go to the Mandalore planet.
I haven't seen The Mandalorian, man. I don't have Disney, so I just read the spoilers and everything.
Oh, it's not even there, though. But, I mean, you know, they're badasses.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
From what I saw in the Clone Wars cartoon, yeah.
Mode of transportation. An AT-AT or an ATST?
Oh, dude, I'd probably puke in an ATST.
You think so? The little one?
But yeah, it's so jerky and stuff. Yeah, I'd give you a little bag. Yeah. The latter of the two.
Okay. So, kind of getting the meat and potato things. What, who introduced you to Star Wars first? I mean, like, what was your...
My dad.
What age were you? And what'd you see?
4? Sorry, you asked me what did I see?
Yeah.
He showed me A New Hope, and I hated it. I was 4 years old, like...
Yeah.
I couldn't keep up. It just he had an old guy, and then he had a guy in a black suit and space crap. My mind, I didn't have the cognitive skills. However, when I was a little later, I don't know, maybe like 8 or 9, he showed me Empire Strikes Back, and
Okay.
like that was it. I was sold.
Well, you need to have Lando to make it better. I mean, let's be honest.
Yo, Lando's sick, man.
Oh no, I love Lando. That's the
Yeah.
only autograph from a Star Wars character I have is from actual
Billy
Billy Williams. Yeah. So, if you were to pick, would you be a Jedi, a Merc, a Sith, a smuggler? What would you be?
Out of those?
Yeah.
Oh,
Was there other choices? I mean, I guess you could be a Jewish shopkeeper. I mean, that I don't know if you want to fit that stereotype, but hey.
I'll be that old fucker that sold Annie and his mom. Annie! Yeah. No, I'd be a Jedi, man. I just like reading. I like peace and quiet.
Who would be your mentor and it could be anyone outside of Star Wars even?
Who would I want to be mentored by? That's a really good question. Probably Satele.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like, the descendant of Revan.
Yeah.
Dude, she's so sick, man.
You don't hear very many people even talk about her, which is underrated. Such a great character.
Buddy, she's gonna blow, man. She was all over the Old Republic and everything. That's what introduced us to her, huh?
Yep.
That Bioware game.
Let's hope they eventually do something with her. Hopefully, well, we'll see. This Old Republic, or not, was it High Republic right now is going to be taking over for a while, I think.
They're supposed to do 3 series of the High Republic.
3 TVs? 3 what?
3 comic series, if that's what you were referring to.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, I know they're going to, but I think High Republic's going to be around for like a good 10 years.
They 100%, man. They're going to base a lot of the canon on that stuff,
Yep. They want to get away from the the Skywalker legacy.
Yeah, but they're going to have to rectify that first, though. Like, there's so much damage control that George Lucas and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are doing right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I think what they're doing. I mean, they're with Mandalorian and Bad Batch. I think they're slowly kind of putting seeds in there to plant to fix it down the road.
That's exactly what they're doing.
So I think at some point we're going to get something to either help explain and fix some of the screw ups from the Last Jedi.
Well, they're going to retcon the 3 movies, eh? Have you heard of the requels?
I've heard something about where basically because of the time travel thing with Ahsoka, because she's supposed to be dead she should have died in the midterm.
At the last minute, though.
Right. But she should have died, and that timeline would have been the Rey timeline. But because she lived, it's now a different timeline, they're saying. And that we're already in that other timeline.
In the original canon, she was apparently thought to have been killed during Order 66.
Right.
But as for the new timeline and stuff for those guys, I have no idea. But what I mean is that they're going to re-release The Force Awakens in a couple of years, and then they're going to re-release The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. The director's cut way.
Which is going to help it how? Because
I have no idea, but I would like to see some of that stuff be put in, all the crap that Kathleen Kennedy cut out,
Yeah, but I still think, I mean, when you're still in the director of... Because let's face it, JJ, I like JJ, but JJ is not a George Lucas or Steven Spielberg.
Dude, none of them are.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of any of those movies.
Well, JJ did 2 of them, and I do think... it pains me because I cannot stand Rian Johnson because of his attitude and the way he is.
Bro, he destroyed Star Wars, like almost single-handedly.
Yeah, but he can direct. Like if it's something that he cares about, because like Looper was a great movie.
So was Brick.
I didn't see Brick.
Oh, it's OG, buddy, like hardcore.
I'll have to check that out. I did
man.
finally see Knives Out.
I can't do it.
I watched it just because it was free, and I was just like, everyone's saying it's great. Chris Evans was great in it. I could not give it a fair shake because of my just lack of, like, I just don't like Ryan Johnson anymore. It's probably a great movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it ruined it for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's stuff that they can do right now that could help fix that movie. Like if you do, like, now that you've got Luke with Grogu, I think Grogu is going to turn dark. And they could do a series where Grogu is the one that really betrayed Luke and made him the bitter old man that he is. And if they did that, then I'm not completely opposed to how he was in The Last Jedi.
It's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard.
The means to justify the ends right now.
Yeah.
You know? As for Luke, man, I'm all for having more Luke Skywalker, man. Luke Skywalker is everything to me. Like, he is Star Wars to me. And just now they're going back and using all that old Dark Horse, Dark Empire stuff that they just tossed away, you know?
Well, I think they're finally realizing there's a lot of great stories back there that they can.
They knew from the beginning, but as soon as George Lucas handed them that stuff, they just.
Well, they don't want to pay the royalties.
That was a big part of it too.
It comes down
You're
to
right
they just don't want to pay it, because really, the whole, if you read the books, not just the comics but the actual novels, there's a whole storyline where Han and Leia have 3 kids. They have Anakin. They have Anakin, Jason, and Jaina.
And one of them dies in the Jedi Academy when it gets stormed.
No.
No?
Anakin didn't die there. Anakin died during the Yusufong War. He sacrificed his life to save others.
Oh, okay.
But he was kind of going on the dark side. He was pissed off because Chewie had sacrificed his life for a planet. Basically, a planet got dropped on him, and Anakin was kind of lost at that time, kind of going, well, this is my guy. This is who I love. The guy took care of me, and he wanted to get back to the Yusufong.
Dude, the books were so crazy, man.
Yeah, but the Yusufong was so long. There was it felt like 50 books, and there's only 26 of them.
See, I did a lot of the Kevin J. Anderson stuff, and the first one I read, I was 12. It was Shadows of the Empire.
Okay, there you go. That's a good one.
Bro, and The Force Awakens was supposed to start off with Luke's hand floating in space and then just crashing on Earth with a lightsaber. Bro, that makes no sense. If you read the opening pages of the Shadows of the Empire, Vader has those little orc creatures on Cloud City going to retrieve the hand.
Ugnaughts.
Yeah, yeah. So then the book starts off with Vader just bowing to the Emperor. He's got a little box, and he opens it up, and there's Luke's hand.
Yeah.
With a lightsaber, as a trophy. And it's just, I don't know why they pissed on all that stuff.
Yeah. But what I was going to get is they could have basically done the Jason and Jaina story where Jason goes bad, which they kind of did with, they just replaced Jaina with Rey and Jason with Ben, but basically Jason goes bad and Jaina has to go to, Boba Fett to learn how to fight a Sith or fight a Jedi. And it just would have been such a better story. But
a lot of it they could have changed. Buddy, none of these kids care about what happens to Rey and Kylo Ren and all that stuff.
No. I think part of it is that was just so badly written. I don't think the acting was bad. I think it was just
They weren't good movies.
no.
Like, I've watched so much crap, JR. Like, I watch found footage indie horror movies, you know?
Yeah.
Some of them are so captivating because they're believable.
Yeah. Well, they put their heart into it and everything, and it's
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of times, especially with those found footage indie type films,
Yeah, they're hungry.
this is
you know?
yeah, they're hungry and they want to prove something. You could tell it was just a payday for a lot of these ones.
But there's so much drama. All I heard is actors was bitch during the whole time.
Yeah.
All the swapping with the directors, all that stuff with Colin Trevorrow.
Yep.
None of those movies went off without a hitch.
No. And I mean, I still think A Force Awakens is not a horrible movie. I'm not saying it's a great movie, but it kind of was like, okay, we're going to bring everyone back. It was kind of Disney's way of going, okay, we're going to give you a big hug, bring it back, kind of bring the fold in and introduce these new characters. And then after that, they just tanked.
I'm not down with jokes and punchline after punchline, especially in The Last Jedi, that holding for General Hux's mother. Like, come on, bud.
Yeah.
I don't think you joke that way in space. Like your mama jokes, like our 90s jokes.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in that movie. You can. I seriously want to do a riff track on that movie because there's some stuff you can just watch that movie and you can go, so dropping bombs out of a bomber.
Dude, how come she didn't get sucked out?
Well, that and also once the bombs hit space, they would just go, okay, I'm gonna float here. They may slowly go down a little bit, but they're not gonna go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Buddy, you think nobody would have taken out that bomber? Like they're slowly getting away. Like, it was terrible.
No, there's a lot of bad stuff with that movie.
And Leia shooting Poe with that little ray gun. And the whole angle with the Admiral Hodo. Like, that scene was visually stunning, but completely unnecessary.
Well, and it should have been. We all know who it should have been. It should have been Akbar. I mean, you kill him off. If you're going to kill him off anyway in the movie, you do it in a scene that no one even knows he's dead. You didn't need to create a new character, Hodor, or whatever her face is. Could just and he could have done that whole thing of it's a trap, bitch, and killed the big ship.
What was up with DJ? You had an incredible actor, Benicio del Toro.
Yeah. Well, originally that was supposed to have been
supposed to be a bad guy.
Well, no, it was supposed to have been Lando showing up. He was supposed to be the guy of the Carnation originally. And then Billy D just couldn't do it for whatever reason. But he was supposed to show up in that scene. But whatever. So to digress from that, I know you have kids, correct?
I have a stepson.
Stepson.
Yeah, I inherited him.
So have you exposed him to Star Wars?
Well, he kind of grew up with it, right? Like, I was born in 2006.
Okay.
So by the time he was 10 years old, Star Wars made like a full comeback, and I was already into Star Wars, right?
Right.
His uncle Eric is huge into Star Wars.
Nice.
Right? His uncle Jeff, huge into Star Wars. So, yeah.
Oh, there you go. So he was raised right.
Yeah, yeah, man. He doesn't even like Rey.
Yeah. Well, I could see that. I mean,
I'm Rey. Show me the Force. But he's been a Jedi for like 5 minutes. Then she goes Super Saiyan. Like, get out of here.
Yeah. They very much went anime with her. It was a little crazy. So, going back to you.
Yeah, man.
So obviously you're gonna have a blade. You're gonna have a lightsaber. What color gem are you going with? What color kyber crystal?
I searched long and hard on a hostile planet for my kyber crystal.
Oh, you're actually going green.
Green all the way, brother. I see you've constructed a new lightsaber. In Shadows of the Empire, they depict Luke building it, and just it really gave you insight as to how the kyber crystal has to be charged, how it has to be stabilized, and like a single crack can fucking make it go Nova. And you had Chewbacca looking over Luke's shoulder, all like, and just scared as shit, man. It looked unstable. Oh, yeah. Luke's just like, I know what I'm doing, Chewie,
Yeah.
So that was pretty
and those books are just so well written because you can tell the people that wrote those books love the characters.
And there was none of this stuff around. It was like the imagination they had, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And everything had to have the George Lucas stamp of approval. You'd show up with your idea, he'd stamp that shit and open up his toy box.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So out of the books, who's some of your favorite characters out of the books? Like other than I'm talking about like book-centric characters, not Luke and all the normal people.
Lord Shizor.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Is that a Lord Caesar behind you? I see toy-wise back there.
Good eye. Actually,
I can see the Shadows Empire coloring on the box.
So this is the Kenner 2-pack.
Oh, nice. IG-88 and Boba Fett.
And Boba Fett, right? And it comes with a it's probably like a 10-page comic, newsprint, and it's actually the first appearance of Dash Rendar.
Nice.
They actually released this a month or two before Shadows of the Empire issue 1.
Yeah. I remember that whole hubbub about that.
Oh, yeah. And there's actually a variant somewhere here. Anyways, whatever. Have you seen the variant with Vader?
No, I haven't seen the variant of Vader.
Oh, fuck. Okay, hold on. So much toys. All right.
I got rid of a lot of my toys.
Yeah, I sold most of the Disney ones.
I just don't have room for them all. I had all the Power of the Force stuff.
Dude, half the basement's comics, the other half's anime.
There you go.
Okay.
And then it looks like big bins of records. Okay. There you go.
Fine. Here we go. So it's actually a variant of both action figures.
What's the variant on them?
They're different from the actual toys.
Okay.
Like, here's the here we go. Here's a normal Vader. And I like this one because it's the original square board and it has the extra long lightsaber. Epic.
Yeah.
So anyways, and this one's in kind of like a molded pose and it looks a bit more jacked.
Okay.
I don't know why Vader's always so jacked. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Nice little Emperor. Ah, that's the first one, huh?
Yeah. Black series.
Yeah.
Boba Fett.
I'm still jealous of the one Ian has.
Yeah.
So on his episode, I was like, motherfucker.
Here's a square board Leia.
The Anthony Kiedis Leia.
Yeah.
I remember that one when it came out. Everyone's like, it looks like Anthony Kiedis with cinnamon buns.
That's hilarious, man.
Do you have like any favorite moments of Star Wars that you like? Like, is there like a part of like an episode you're like just like, oh fuck, that just does it for me?
Yeah, absolutely. The entire Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. But if you want to get super technical, bro, the Cloud City fight, Luke's first encounter with Darth Vader.
Yeah.
It's got to be the greatest fight scene ever.
Yeah.
It was such a brutal battle. Like, it was for survival, man.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it's, if you knew ahead of time that was his father, the whole thing, just that adds even more to it because it's like, okay, it's a father and son just trying to kill each other.
Buddy, Vader destroys him.
Yeah.
Like, Luke doesn't come out of that one in one piece, you know?
No.
He gets some good shots on Vader, too, though.
No, he does.
Yeah.
I still would love to have seen, like, the Mandalorian Luke versus, like, the Vader we get at the end of Rogue One.
That was the exact same scene, like, parallel.
No. They're parallel. But I would love to see those two versions of them. Because at that point for both of those characters, they're just like, I know I'm the shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna get from point A to point B. Nothing's gonna stop me. And I would just love to see like an all-out war between those two.
It would be amazing. Like Dark Empire Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But I don't think we'll ever get anything that epic ever again.
We will. Like, there was a scene in whatchamacallit there in The Last Jedi where Luke comes out. He's actually supposed to F shit up.
Yeah.
And then they decided not to. The original screenplay and all the original scripts had these crazy ass moments for Luke Skywalker that they just watered down. Even the panels in the comic is like monumental. None of that.
I still have problems with. Okay, he's a projection. He shows up a crate. But last I checked, I understand Leia being able to see him. I understand that. But how is the AT-ATs seeing him through the viewfinders? How is C-3PO seeing him? How is R2 seeing him? When a force projection...
The physical manifestation.
Was it? Because, I mean, Ben was hitting him and was going through him and stuff. And if you notice, like, his feet, like, on the ground, he didn't leave any trails on the ground.
No.
So he was a projection, not a manifestation.
But you could actually, like, see him, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like a hologram or something.
Right, but how can a robot see that? I mean, I get what you're saying, but there has to be something that they're tricking. What do you on a human being? You're just tricking the mind to make him think that you're seeing this.
I think it was actually projecting himself. That's why it took so much out of him, because that was like a crazy Jedi trick. He tapped into like some netherworld shit there.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one of the things I always have a hard time with, because I'm just like, I'll give you that human beings can see him. I'll even
be like blue hue Luke, and like he was supposed to appear in that blue hue, and then walk towards Kylo Ren, and then like metamorphosis into his younger self as he's getting closer to Kylo Ren. That's how the scene shoulda. That's how it would have went down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think Luke would have fucking mopped the floor with Kylo Ren. 100%.
But Ryan Johnson just wanted to have Luke mess with him, taunt him with the blue lightsaber. See you around, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was supposed to be like a rage-fueled battle that was like 20 years in the making, you know?
Yeah.
And we got shit on.
Yeah. We'll get something eventually.
Well, they will in the Luke Skywalker show, man. They're going to have a Luke show. They're going to show Luke do all that stuff. They're going to have to. The only way, JR, they can save Star Wars is to give the fans exactly what they want.
Which is Grogu.
Like even your Mandalorian show, the budget's going through the roof now.
Yeah. Well, now they can't have ex-MMA fighters around to run around scenes. Because remember, wasn't what's her name, an MMA fighter? The one that got kicked off the Mandalorian because she's like anti-trans
or whatever.
Huh? What was her name? Cara Dune was her character's name.
Was it her name Gina?
Yeah, Gina Carano or whatever.
Or she caused a lot of drama on the set of Star Wars, like racist comments or something.
No, she got in trouble because, she was anti-trans, is one thing.
Okay, yeah.
And then she made a comment, basically, like comparing things to Jewish people or something, like the Holocaust to. It was some weird thing. Basically,
why do people get so fucking personal? I don't get it. Yeah. Like, keep your views to yourself, man.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
but that's basically what happened. Is she pissed off a lot of people because she made a comment that she shouldn't have made.
Lost a bunch of subscribers, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
money talks. Yeah, because even like they were gonna let her kind of slide, and then she came back and doubled up on it again with another comment. Because I think it was the trans thing. They're like, "Hey, shut up! Don't talk about that. Just be good." And we got this show for you. Because that was what caused Pedro Pascal to walk away from the show for a little bit because he was like, I'm not going to be on the show with somebody that's like anti-trans and all this stuff. And so that's why she was going to do that Sky Captains or whatever. They were going to do that, what do you call it, the Old Republic or of the Republic or something like that, where it was basically a Texas Walker Ranger type thing.
Weren't they going to do the Acolyte or some crap?
They're still doing that.
Yeah, that's Kathleen Kennedy and
yeah.
What's the other lady's name who's in charge of that?
I don't know.
Is it the lady that does Girls? HBO's Girls?
Lena.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be it. All I know is that she's come out and said she wants it to be a female. It's going to be like a female-centric show. And so to me, it's just... To me, I don't mind it being a female. I just want a good show. I mean...
man. Like, why do you have to get so political, dude? It's women that levitate. It's guys in tights that move shit with their minds. It's like these guys that get so upset over, like, first appearances and cameos. I'm like, dude, it's comic books. You know, it's a guy that shoots web out of his friggin' fingers. Yeah. Like,
but I mean, it's like there's a scene at the last episode of Mandalorian where they have a scene where they're like, okay, we need to clear this hallway to get to the bridge of the ship. And it was a badass scene. I don't know if you've seen it or not. I know you don't have a subscription, but basically they clear this tunnel, this area, and it's with all females. Like, every one of the characters on the good guys side was all females. And it wasn't like, hey, we're a bunch of women, let's do this. It was just like, we just need to get from point A to point B. And they cleared it out. It was a badass scene. And probably would have been the best scene in the episode if it wasn't for the Luke scene. And it's just like, that's how you do a good scene with a bunch of females. Unlike with Avengers, where you had that whole an Endgame where Captain Marvel's like, "Oh, I need to get this rock from here to there."
Dude, I'm not a fan of those movies.
And you get all the women kind of standing in front of her as well. I'm like, first off, she just blew up like the biggest capitalist ship back up there. Do you really think any of you women are going to help protect her as she's running through anything? I mean, that'd be like giving Walter Payton, you know what I mean? It's like Walter Payton's the best running back of all time, or Barry Sanders, and giving him like a subpar line in front of him. It's just like, yeah, he doesn't need it. He can do better without you.
Dude, I watch anime, man. It's all women that kick ass. I'm a Sailor Moon fan. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is Steve, I believe. To me.
So is HK Wifey.
There you go. No, I don't know. I think Steve has his outfit and everything. He hasn't left his hotel room without it, but that's what I've heard. So
tiara and everything.
Well, he complains that gets in the way when he sleeps, messes up his hair. So let's see. Let's kind of wrap this up. Let's you've heard the Rancor Sarlacc carbonation game, carbonation game, right? My fuck, marry, kill game.
No,
you didn't hear this one. I thought you were an avid watcher, sir.
I probably missed out that part. I'm sorry.
So I'll give you 3 characters.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Okay, so one you have to either carbonize. You have carbonization one of them, Sarlacc pit one of them, Rancor the other one. So we're gonna start with Qui-Gon, Darth Maul, and Obi-Wan. And I'm talking about young kid Obi-Wan.
Well, I would carbonate Qui-Gon Jinn just for all his like knowledge and probably thaw him out in the future and whatever. Maybe like JFK's brain or some shit, you know? That would leave Obi-Wan obsolete. So fucking throw him into Sarlacc. And I'd like to see how the other one fares against the Rancor.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to watch something happen while Buddy's frozen.
Yeah, that's true. And that way you can also see if Liam Neeson has a huge cock too.
Buddy. Probably.
That's yeah. So it sounds like. So Jabba.
Ask your mother.
Jabba, Cad Bane, or Bosk.
Hold on. Check these OG motherfuckers out.
Oh wow.
Right?
Is that old?
There we go.
Go up a little higher.
Case. Hold on a second there.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, there we go. There's my Ewoks and all that.
There you go. That is right. I forgot.
In there.
What other toys do you have to show?
Oh,
I forgot your favorite stuff from when you were a kid. Sorry, I'm a little rusty.
no, it's all good, man. So the camera's all shit now. There you go. Just these bad boys here, man. It was all about the Kenner.
Oh yeah, I remember when those came out, just going crazy over those things.
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, well, I went and saw those movies, the re-releases in THX. So I think I saw them 5 times each.
I wish I would have seen them 5 times each, just so I can get the original versions of them. But what else you got back there? Anything behind those clone troopers?
Well, fuck. I'm so bad. This is my little Star Wars bank.
Nice.
This is actually a huge toy chest. I keep a lot of my stuff in it.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely. Cad Bane first appearance Lego.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? Unopened.
That's very cool.
I've also got a bunch of like the Star Wars movie magazines, like all the promos and all that stuff. That's really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Comics. My first Star Wars comics was Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah,
Issue
I can see that.
The one I sought out, like myself. I biked all the way to the mall. I was like 11.
Nice. Yeah, I wish I didn't, because a lot of those books were like the Shadows of the Empire was just the copy of the novel already. So it's like, well, I've got the book. Why do I need the comic? And I regret that now, because like I don't have like the Heir to the Empire ones. I don't have some of the other ones that were obviously novels. I'm just like, damn it.
See, I have all those runs: Heir to the Empire, Crimson Empire, Dark Empire.
Well, I've got like Crimson Empire because I love the Royal Guard.
But he's so sick, man.
Yeah. I've got all those. I got all the Dark Empires. Like anything that was not put into a novelization first, I got.
Well, Dark Empire was the first one to come out, man. That one was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
There was nothing after Return of the Jedi. That was the first arc.
Yep. And they screwed that movie up. Or they screwed up the idea of that movie for The Last Jedi. Or for the newest one, was it? Return of the Sith.
We're going to get some retcon with Luke, man. You're going to see him pull some of that crazy crap.
Oh, I think so. Filoni, we're in good hands with Filoni. I'm hoping next year when I go to Celebration, it's a huge celebration with them saying Kathleen Kennedy's gone. That's my hope.
She's been stripped of all creative control, man. She's probably just waiting for her contract to expire. You know what I mean?
Think so.
She's what, like 70, bro? She's been around for so long.
I do respect what she's done for the industry.
Well,
because she created she's been executive producer for some amazing projects.
She's been tied to so many Hollywood projects. Yeah. But like, stay out of Star Wars.
Yeah, you're good. Just we'll move on. We'll get someone else in there. You know, I mean, I don't care if it's Oprah. Just give me someone else. Kathleen Kennedy.
The Force by Oprah. New book at a discount. All that shit.
So,
here's a question: what's your favorite Star Wars theme?
Favorite Star Wars theme?
Yeah, like the music, bro. Like one of the driving forces.
I mean, to me, it'll always be Imperial March. I mean, that's just the classic song. I mean, I love that. I'm trying to think. Vader's obviously his music. Whenever you see that, I've never been a big instrumental guy, which is weird because I'm a huge Zeppelin head, Zeppelin fan, and a lot of there's a lot of instrumentals in their stuff.
But Jimmy Page with the bow
on
the guitar.
Oh no,
Gibson, but those fuckers weigh a ton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you would think because I'm a Zeppelin fan, I would be like all into instrumentals and stuff, you know?
Not necessarily.
But yeah, I've never like I can't go and like buy the soundtracks and like listen to that music. Like when I read comics, I put on music. I don't mind the words and stuff. It's weird.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
No, literally, I'll be sitting there listening to Old Dirty Bastard and to be like, "You better have my money, bitch." And I'm going like,
Yeah.
"Okay, here's Jabba talking."
They are.
But yeah. So let's see. Jabba, Cad Bane, or Bosk.
What about them?
Fuck, marry, kill. Well, Sarlacc pit, Rancor, carbonization, because I don't think anyone wants to fuck Jabba.
I've done some stuff, man. I've done a lot more for less.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't be able to get it hard, man.
Fucking Salacious Crumb right there.
I love that thing. I laugh to this day, buddy.
Oh, no, he's great. Salacious Crumb is great. Someone tried to get me to buy one because I went to Star Wars Land, went to Galaxy's Edge, and they're like, "You should buy one of those." I'm like, "As a fat man, I am not walking around with a Salacious Crumb on my shoulder. Fuck you." Not happening. Not fucking happening.
Bro, that killed me.
But it's the truth. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Especially if I wore like this color shirt and wore like some khaki pants, they'd be like, "Are you cosplaying as Jabba?" Like,
dude, nobody would mess with you. I used to get beat up for liking Star Wars. It's cool now.
Yeah. But it's definitely different than when we were kids. Definitely different.
Oh, 100%, man. 100%. I was the nerd. I was like the outcast. I was a fat kid in a Jedi shirt.
There you go.
Yeah.
But so any other toys you want to show before we knock this off, since we're about getting close to an hour here, sir?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been a blast, bro. I'm so glad we did this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, you know what, man? This is probably like my two favorite right here. Oh, I even got one of these. Even a toy looks like a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. The Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight. He's got the smaller lightsaber. It's a different one, but whatever. And here's probably my favorite. Shadows of the Empire Red Luke variant.
That's cool.
That's how they sneak into Shizor's castle.
That's right. It's been probably 20 years since I've read that book.
Same here, and I remember like it was yesterday. It had such a profound impact on me.
Yeah. Well, it was definitely one of the first ones I remember reading.
Darksaber or Dark Crystal, maybe?
Yeah. No, I mean, I've read pretty much, well, so I was a little bit of a snob when it came to the books. I read anything that
Princess Leia?
Well, no, I read that, but I read anything that happened after Return of the Jedi. And except obviously the what do you call it, Shadows of the Empire, which takes place between
It's the search for Han Solo.
Right. It takes place between
after Empire.
After Empire, yeah. I read that. But anything prior to A New Hope, I didn't read. So a lot of the Clone Wars books, unless it was like super old, like I read like the Bane trilogy. I read any of the Revan books that they've ever came out with. But like all that Clone Wars era stuff, I didn't read any of that.
You know what I really enjoyed was the Darth Plagueis book.
Yes. That was really good.
Bro, it was so sick, man. It just starts off with Sheev Palpatine looking over Buddy's dead body consumed by the dark side. Ugh.
Yeah. No, that was a good book. Even Tarkin's book was really good when Disney took over. But,
I have not read that one, but I heard that there's some bangers out there when they took over.
Yeah, there's been some flat out duds, but all the Thrawn stuff is really good. The Tarkin book's good. Catalyst, which is the intro into Rogue One, which tells you all about her father.
That would be awesome.
That one was really cool, especially when you start getting to the point when you get, I forget the guy's name. He was the main bad guy in Rogue One.
That movie was okay, dude. It was hard for me to watch that one. It was so choppy.
So I enjoyed it. I thought that was one of the better ones that Disney's done. I mean, obviously it's not Empire, but,
for sure.
Yeah. But the main bad guy in it, I forget the guy's name. It was basically him and Madison, the guy that played her father, and it's all about like that. And it was pretty cool.
An intense story, man.
Yeah, and it was in a lot of Tarkin in there. And there's actually another book that was a Thrawn book that is all about like during the time when they were building the Death Star and how Tarkin ended up getting the position on the Death Star rather than the guy from Rogue One.
Right.
Before the guy got killed in Rogue One. And how they're trying to use Thrawn to manipulate him to get him to get their spot on the ship. It was a pretty good book. I mean, especially if you like
the Thrawn comics about.
The first Thrawn comic is about his origin, or it is the first book. Like there's been 2 trilogies that they've written since Disney's taken over.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is the first book is like his ascendancy in the like them finding him and him becoming an admiral in the Empire. The second book of that one is a flashback. It's like a dual book where it's Thrawn goes on a mission with Vader, but at the same time is also telling the story of when Thrawn had met Anakin Skywalker. And so it's like a dual mission going back to the same place.
I'd like to pick that up in trade paperback. That sounds badass.
That it was pretty cool. And then the third book was all about the Death Star stuff. But then they're working on another trilogy right now. That is when he was with the Sith Empire before he came to join our empire.
Trilogy of books?
Yeah, the new one. It's right now it's coming out. The third one I think is supposed to come out in November. But basically, it's him in the Sith ascendancy, and it's all about their political, like how their things work and stuff, and it's pretty cool. If you like Thrawn and you like Timothy Zahn, you'll enjoy it.
I enjoy Timothy Zahn. I was never like hugest Thrawn fan. I enjoyed the Art of the Empire, you know what I mean? But it's just like another one of the Dark Horse series I grew up with.
Yeah, see, I love Thrawn. He's probably outside of your movie villains, or he's probably my favorite villain.
You don't have that series?
What?
The comics?
The comics, no. I got number 2 and that's it. I'm working on getting them. Yeah, I need to get the set.
Let me know.
Yeah. Well, the problem is number 1 is now like $400 or $500 for Heir to Empire.
$600 for the whole set. No.
We'll talk,
dude. I guess. Oh my god, I wouldn't even charge that to like my worst enemy, but like I'm not a greedy comic guy. It's such bullshit.
Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you want to, man, we'll talk. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have so much Star Wars stuff.
Definitely. As we like to say always on the show is, if you want to do it right, collect what you like. But we're Star Wars. We got to go with Yoda. He's the sensei of all of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
wait, what's your weapon?
So, as Yoda would say, collect what you like if you want to do it right. Have a good night, folks.
Absolutely.
DJ Abomination.